All right. Good morning, grade 10s. Today we are starting off with a quiz about like terms and adding polynomials. And then we've got our lesson that I'm recording right now. And then there's a second lesson on the product of two monomials, which will be the same lesson as the grade 9s. So things are starting to change up a bit. So hopefully you guys are understanding up to date and you're not completely lost. So I will start with this. So when we're evaluating an expression, when a value is given, you substitute the value for the variable in the expression. So where you see that letter is where you're going to put the number, and then you're going to simplify by using BEDMAS and solve your equation. So it's relatively easy. Hopefully we don't have any issues. So we're going to look at some examples. There are a few examples. I'm just going to list, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. So for this, we've got x times y minus 9 when x is equal to 2 and when y is equal to 7. So where you see an x, you're going to replace that with a 2. And then where you see a y, you're going to replace it with a 7. So it's important to note that your x, y here is a multiplication. So you can either write it as 2 times 7. You could do the brackets like I'm doing. There's no wrong answer as long as you're not writing 27, because the answer is not 27. Okay, and then you've got your minus 9. So BEDMAS says that you're going to do multiplication first. So you have to do the 2 times 7 first, which is 14, minus 9. So our answer is going to be 5. Okay. For B, we've got 5n minus 6 when n is equal to negative 1. So wherever you see an n in the expression here, you're going to replace it by negative 1. So we've got 5. We have an n, so make sure to write negative 1 here. And then minus 6. So again, like I said, BEDMAS says to do multiplication first. So we're going to do 5 times negative 1, which is negative 5. And then you have your minus 6. So that is going to give us negative 11. We have the next one here. So x plus y over c minus a. When x is equal to 4, y is equal to 8, c is equal to 1, and a is equal to 3. So here we have x. So x is 4. Plus we've got y, which is 8. Over c, which is 1. And a, which is 3. So when you have that, you do want to do your addition first, and then you would do your fraction or your division. So we've got 4 plus 8, which is going to give us 12, over 3 minus, or 1 minus 3, which is negative 2. So if we were to do 12 divided by negative 2, it's going to give us negative 6. So that is our answer. Okay. We're going to do the same thing here. So 12 times g. So g is negative 1 plus h, which is negative 2, and squared. So BEDMAS says to do our squared first. So we're going to have 12 times negative 1 plus, so negative 2 squared is positive 4. And then you're going to do 12 times negative 1, which is negative 12, plus 4. So negative 12 plus 4 gives us negative 8. Okay, So I'm going to erase this. We're going to do one more example and then we'll move on. Okay, so here we've got x times y over x plus b when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 10, b is equal to 3. So here we have x, which is 2. No. Y, which is 10. So we'll do times 10 over 2 plus 3. So again, you want to do your numerator and your denominator. So 2 times 10 gives us 20. 2 plus 3 is 5. So 20 divided by 5 gives us 4. All right, so I'm going to erase that. So to solve an equation, so we've done this before for Pythagorean theorem. So solving means that you're trying to find what that letter, that variable is equal to. So what you have to do for this is you have to do the opposite of BEDMAS, actually. So here we're just doing simple ones. It will get harder over the next few days. So it is important that if you don't understand that you let me know. But we will do a few examples here. So you want to isolate the variable, so you want it on its own. So the goal is to get rid of any number that's around it. So here we have x plus 5 equals -4. So we want this x all on its own. So what we have to do is we have to do the opposite of what it's doing on this side to get it onto this side. So in other words, right now it says plus 5. So what we have to do is we have to subtract 5. Whatever we do on one side, we have to do on the other side. So the exact same thing that we did with Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so plus 5 minus 5 is 0, so that cancels out. And that's exactly what we want to do. So then we're left with x, and it's equal to -4 minus 5, which is -9. Okay, and just to check to make sure that your answer is right, what you're going to do is you're going to make a line like this, which acts as your equal sign. And you're going to write your x plus 5 on the one side, and then the other side of your equal sign. And you're going to replace the x by that number, so you can check that that it's equal on both sides, that it's going to give you the exact same answer. So you're going to put -9 plus 5. You're going to write -4 again. It should come up to -4 if your answer is right, if you did it right. So -9 plus 5 gives us -4, which is exactly what we wanted. So both sides are supposed to add up. The bottom answer is going to be the same, and then you check it because it's right. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here. So because this is subtracting 10, we want to do the opposite of what it's doing. So you're going to add 10 onto both sides so that you can get that variable alone. You can get that a on its own. Okay, so -10 plus 10 cancels out. That gives you 0. So then we're left with 55 plus 10 equals a. So then a is equal to 65. And we're going to do our chart again. We're going to check to make sure that our answer is right. So you're going to have 55 on this side. You're going to have a minus 10 here. And you're going to replace it with the answer that you have. So 65 minus 10 should equal to 55. And it does. So 65 minus 10 is 55, which means you have the right answer on both sides, which means that you got the right answer. So check them off, you're good. So I'm going to clear these. We're going to do one more example and you're on your own. Okay, so we've got C here. So right now we're subtracting 14. Okay, so that means that if we add 14 on both sides, so negative 14 plus 14 cancels out. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do to the other side. So then we are left with y is equal to 30 plus 14. Which means y is equal to 44. Okay, and you want to make sure that you have the right answer. So again, you're going to write your equation, the two sides. So negative 14 plus y, and it should equal to 30. So negative 14 plus 44 should equal to 30. So negative 14 plus 44 is 30. And so we got our answer right. So I'm going to erase this. You do have this to work on. And that is all. So you should be doing that on a lined paper so I can see your work. But that is it. I hope everything goes well and it's easy enough for you.